Hey, want to start an online business with almost no money down? Well, t-shirts are your answer. So here's the thing. T-shirts have a super low barrier to entry, which means you don't need a ton of cash or experience to get started. Plus, you get tons of creative freedom to make your design stand out. And honestly, the demand for unique tees is always high. Picking a niche is absolutely vital, you know? It means you'll face less competition and your marketing gets way easier. For example, you could go after cat moms, retro gamers, or even coffee lovers. The more specific, the better. Now let's talk about researching trends. Tools like Google Trends, Etsy Search, and Pinterest can help you spot what's popular right now, without just copying what's already out there. It's all about finding inspiration and putting your own spin on things. Okay, so here's how print on demand actually works. When a customer places an order, the printer handles everything, printing and shipping the product straight to them. You just keep the profit from each sale. The best part? There's no inventory risk and you don't have to deal with any shipping hassles at all. Oh, and before you get started, it's a good idea to set up a separate bank account and pick a simple business name. Think sole proprietorship. Seriously, it's way easier than it sounds, so don't let the legal stuff scare you off. So, are you ready to dive deeper? Go ahead and subscribe for video 2, where we'll actually turn your ideas into real designs. Hey, your designs are your superpower. Seriously, let's learn how to make them really pop. So let's talk about what makes a design stand out. Good typography versus bad typography can totally change the vibe of your shirt. And when it comes to images, knowing the difference between vector and raster is super important. Vectors stay crisp no matter how big you make them. Also, don't forget to play around with color palettes to give your designs that extra wow factor. Alright, let me tell you about Canva. It's honestly so easy to use. You can whip up a text-based design in just a few clicks, no stress at all. It's one of the best tools out there for beginners and pros alike. For vector fans, Inkscape is honestly a fantastic tool to check out. So, let's talk about outsourcing. Platforms like Fiverr or Upwork, they're super helpful when you need to hire a designer. The key is knowing when it's time to bring in some help, and, making sure you give a really clear brief so your designer knows exactly what you want. Protect yourself. Copyright and trademark dangers are real, so always be careful and make sure you're not using anything you don't have the rights to. Alright, so this is super important. Never use famous logos or characters in your designs. I mean, it might seem tempting, but it's just not worth the risk. Always be original and honestly, double-check those licenses before you ever upload anything. You know, a plain design is fine, but when you show it off in a realistic mock-up, it just pops so much more. Try using a print-on-demand provider's mock-up generator or even a tool like Placeit to really make your products stand out. When you're writing your product descriptions, make sure you really speak to your niche. Include all the important details like material info and don't forget sizing charts. Customers really appreciate that. So, got your designs ready? Awesome! Next up, we'll build your online store and connect it to your printer. It's time to open for business. Seriously, see how print on demand makes selling truly hands-off? It's pretty amazing. Let me walk you through how it all works. When a customer places an order, it goes straight to your print provider, who prints and ships it directly to your customer. The whole process is automated, so you can focus on growing your business. So building your own professional brand is a huge step, and honestly, Shopify is a fantastic way to do just that. If you're looking for ready-made buyers, Etsy is a great choice. It's got a built-in audience, and you know, shops with good reviews really stand out there. And hey, there are other platforms out there too, like WooCommerce, just in case you want to explore even more options. Alright, so now let's connect your print-on-demand app like Printful or Printify to your store. It's actually pretty straightforward. Just follow the prompts, and you'll be able to push your first product live in no time. Next up, let's talk about setting up your product page. You'll want to make sure you've got solid mock-ups, clear and catchy descriptions, and all the right sizes listed. Oh, and don't forget to include a sizing chart link. That's super important for your customers. Now here's something a lot of folks don't realize. Returns work a bit differently with print on demand. You really need to have a clear return policy that explains what happens if there's a defect versus if the customer just made a mistake. Being upfront and transparent about this can save you a ton of headaches down the road. So here are a couple of quick tips on customer service basics. Always be responsive and, show empathy to your customers. It really makes a difference. Hey, your store is open, but how do you actually get customers? Well, that's coming up next. Your amazing t-shirts won't just sell themselves, you know. Let's learn how to grab some attention for your brand. Alright, let's quickly reinforce the essentials here. Your brand name, your logo, and of course, the story behind your brand. These are the foundations that make your business memorable and honestly help you stand out from the crowd. So, just a quick overview. Instagram is awesome for sharing visuals, while TikTok is the go-to platform for catching on to trends. Choosing the right one really depends on what kind of content you want to put out there. For content ideas, you can try posting lifestyle photos, give your audience a peek behind the scenes, run some polls, or even share funny content that's specific to your niche. Mixing it up keeps things interesting and, well, helps you connect with your followers. So let's talk about finding good hashtags. You'll want to use a mix of broad, niche, and popular hashtags to really boost your reach. It's all about striking a balance. Broad hashtags get you in front of a big audience, niche ones help you connect with your specific crowd, and popular hashtags can give you that extra push when something's trending. Alright, now what are Facebook and Instagram ads? Basically, these are paid promotions you can run on those platforms to reach more people. One of the coolest things is targeting by interest. For example, you could target dog lovers if you're selling dog teas. It's a super effective way to make sure your ads are seen by people who are actually interested in what you're offering. Oh, and before I forget, let's briefly talk about the Facebook Pixel. This little tool is super important because it helps you track visitors and conversions on your site so you can see what's working and make your ads even better. Okay, so here's the thing. When you're starting out with paid ads, it's super important to start small. Test things out with a low budget, see what works, and then you can scale up from there. Email marketing is, honestly, your direct line to customers. It's so crucial because, well, you actually own the list. No one can take it away from you, and that's a big deal. Let's talk about the Welcome Series. Basically, it's a set of 2 or 3 automated emails that go out to new subscribers just to introduce them to your brand and get them engaged right from the start. So let me explain this powerful automation. When a customer adds something to their cart but doesn't complete the purchase, an automated email gently reminds them to come back and finish checking out. It's a super effective way to recover lost sales and honestly boost your revenue without much extra effort. Alright, let's talk about how to get found on Google or Etsy. It's all about using the right keywords in your product titles and descriptions. Basically, you want to include words that people are actually searching for, so your listings show up higher in search results. It's a simple tweak that can make a huge difference in your traffic. Are sales coming in? Awesome! Next up, we'll talk about how you can grow your business even more. Stay tuned. You've made sales, now let's make it bigger. Alright, so let's break down the key numbers you need to know, like sales, orders, and your conversion rate. These are the basics that help you really understand how your business is doing. Now here's the thing, find your best-selling designs and then focus on making more like them. That's how you really start to scale up your t-shirt business. So, one great way to grow your print-on-demand business is by expanding your product line. Instead of just sticking to t-shirts, you can, offer your designs on hoodies, mugs, or even tote bags. This opens up opportunities for cross-selling and upselling, which basically means encouraging customers to buy related items or upgrade to a better version of something they already want. Another super important thing is to engage on social media. By connecting with your audience, sharing updates, and, well, just being present online, you can really start to build a loyal community around your brand. Hey, so one really important thing to do is encourage reviews and user-generated content. For example, you could ask your customers to share photos of themselves wearing your shirts. Then you can show those examples to your audience. If you want to get more reviews, just ask your customers directly. Like, send a friendly follow-up email or message after their purchase, and let them know how much their feedback means to you. Another thing to consider is starting a loyalty program for your returning customers. It's a great way to reward people for coming back, and honestly, it helps build long-term relationships with your brand. So just remember, keep learning, keep creating, and keep adapting. That's how you'll keep growing for sure. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this course valuable, please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, we'll keep bringing you more valuable information in our next video.